Good morning, students. I am Mrs. Minal Karan, 5th standard maths teacher. Today we are going to continue our revision number 2nd. In that we are going to take the revision of lesson number 10, measuring time, and lesson number 15, patterns. So students, let's start the revision of measuring time. In this lesson you have learned the different terms like quarter past, quarter to, half past, antemeridian, postmeridian, etc. You have also learned the 24-hour clock, how to measure the time in 24-hour clock. You have also solved the examples on time measurement. In that, we have solved the examples of addition, subtraction, and also the word problems related to the time measurement. So students, as you have learned the terms quarter past, half past, and quarter to. A quarter past means 15 minutes past the hour. For example, quarter past 2 means 15 minutes past 2, or we can say 2:15. Now half past means 30 minutes past the hour. Example, half past 2 means 30 minutes past 2 or 2:30. Next, a quarter to means 45 minutes past the previous hour, that is 15 minutes remaining for the given hour. For example, quarter to 2 means 45 minutes past 1, or we can say 1:45. Students, in this lesson you have also learned the antemeridian and postmeridian. The time from midnight 12 o'clock till afternoon 12 o'clock is indicated by the word antemeridian or AM, while that from afternoon 12 o'clock till midnight 12 o'clock is indicated by the word postmeridian or PM. For that, here I have given some example. 10 AM means 10 o'clock in the morning, 5 PM means 5 o'clock in the evening, 12 PM means 12 o'clock in the noon, and 12 AM means 12 o'clock in the midnight. So like this we are using AM and PM to indicate the time of morning and evening. In this lesson we have also learned the 24-hour clock. In this method we do not use the terms AM or PM to indicate the time. In 24-hour clock method, counting measuring of time begins from midnight 12 o'clock. Midnight is written as 00.00 and every minute and hour after that is counted till 24 hour. Means if 1 AM is written 1, 2 AM is written 2.00 and so on. While 1 PM is written as 13.00 and 2 PM is written as 14.00, and like this we can count up to 24. This method is used in timetables for trains, buses and planes. We have learnt how to write the time in 12-hour clock and in 24-hour clock. Here some examples are given. We are going to see this example vertically. 10 minutes past 12 in midnight means in 12-hour clock we can say that 00.10 AM, and in 24-hour clock 00.10 only, as in 24-hour clock we do not use AM or PM. 30 minutes past 2 in the morning. So in 12-hour clock it is 2:30 AM, and in 24-hour clock it is only 02.30. No AM or no PM. 15 minutes past 8 in the morning means 8:15 AM in 12-hour clock, while 8:15 in 24-hour clock. 12 o'clock in the midnight means in 12-hour clock it is 12 AM, while in 24-hour clock it is 00.00. Now in next column, 10 minutes past 12 in noon means 12:10 PM, and in 24-hour clock it is 12:10 only. 30 minutes past 2 in the noon, in 12-hour clock it is 2:30 PM, while in 24-hour clock it is 14:30. 15 minutes past 8 in night, that time is written in 12-hour clock as 8:15 PM, while in 24-hour clock it is 20:15. 12 o'clock in noon means 12 p.m. in 12-hour clock, while 12:00 in 24-hour clock. So like this we can write the time in 12-hour clock and in 24-hour clock. In this lesson we have solved the examples on time measurement. In that we have solved the examples of addition and subtraction. Here first addition. First example, 2 hours 30 minutes plus 4 hours 55 minutes. To do the addition, here I have made two columns, hours and minutes, and put the numbers into that columns. Here I have done the addition as we are doing in whole numbers. The answer is 6 hours and 85 minutes. But we know that in 1 hour there is only 60 minutes. So from these 85 minutes I have separated 60 minutes, and then only the 25 minutes are remaining. So 60 minutes means 1 hour and this 25 minutes. This 1 hour I have added into the 6 hours which is already there. So it will become 7 hours, and 25 minutes I have written as it is. So 7 hours and 25 minutes. Now next example, 3 hours 50 minutes plus 4 hours 20 minutes. Here first I have made the columns and put the numbers in that and done the addition as we are doing in whole numbers. The answer is 7 hours and 70 minutes. Again I have separated 60 minutes. When I have separated 60 minutes, only 10 minutes are remaining. So 60 minutes means 1 hour plus 10 minutes. That 1 hour I have added into 7 hours and it will become 8 hours, and 10 minutes I have written as it is. So 8 hours and 10 minutes is the answer of this sum. So like this we can do the addition on time measurement. Next, subtraction. 3 hours 10 minutes minus 2 hours 40 minutes. Here I have made the columns of hours and minutes and put the numbers in that. Now you can see that we cannot subtract that 40 minutes from this 10 minutes. So we have to borrow 1 from these 3 hours. When we borrow 1 means here it is 1 hour, and when this 1 hour we will write in minutes column, it will become 60 minutes. As we know that 1 hour means 60 minutes. So here I have written 60, and then I have added that 10 minutes which are already there. So 60 plus 10 is equal to 70. Now we can subtract this 40 from this 70. The answer is 30. And in hours column, 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So the answer is 30 minutes. Now second example, 5 hours 20 minutes minus 2 hours 35 minutes. In that I have put the numbers into the columns. We know we cannot subtract 35 minutes from this 20 minutes. Here again we have to borrow 1 hour from this 5. So when we borrow 1 hour, that 5 become 4 hours, and 1 hour when we write in minutes column, it will become 60 minutes. So 60 plus 20 which is already there, it will become 80, and 80 minus 35 is equal to 45. In hours column, 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. So 2 hours and 45 minutes is the answer of this example. In this lesson we have also solved some word problems. Here I have solved some of them. A government office opens at 7 in the morning and closes at 3 in the afternoon. How long is this office open? Here first we will write the given part. Time when office opens is equal to 7 am means 7.00, and time when office closes is equal to 3 pm means 15 minutes. Students, I have told you that when we are solving the word problems on time measurement, most of the times we have to convert the 12-hour clock time into 24-hour clock time. Here I have done the same. I have converted this 3 pm into 15. The time duration for which the office opens is equal to time when office closes minus time when office opens, means 15 minus 7 is equal to 8 hours. So the office opens for 8 hours. Next example. A movie starts at 45 minutes past 3 in the afternoon and finishes 2.5 hours later. At what time does the movie end? Here we have to find out the time at what the movie ends. So the time when the movie starts is equal to 3:45 p.m. which are converted into the 24-hour clock, that is 15:45. The duration of movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes, means 230 hours. Now time when the movie ends is equal to time when the movie starts plus duration of the movie, means 15.45 plus 230. The answer is 17 hours and 75 minutes. As we know that in 1 hour only 60 minutes are there. So from this 75 minutes, here we will separate the 60 minutes. When we separate the 60 minutes, 15 minutes are remaining. So 1 hour and 15 minutes. That 1 hour we can add into the 17 hours. It will become 18 hours. So 18 hours and 15 minutes. This time is in 24-hour clock. In 12-hour clock, the time is 6:15 p.m. So the movie ends at 6:15 p.m. So students, let's start the revision of 15th lesson, patterns. In this lesson, we have learnt what are patterns. We have also learned square pattern, triangular pattern and different patterns in our surrounding. We have also learned the square numbers and triangular numbers and the method how to find out these square numbers and triangular numbers. In this lesson, we have learnt what are patterns. The repetition of shape or design in a regular arrangement is known as pattern. There is pattern in sequence or repetition of numbers also. In this lesson, we have learnt square pattern and triangular pattern. In square pattern, we have learned the square numbers, while in triangular pattern, we have learned the triangular numbers. Square numbers. The numbers which form a sequence arrangement are called square numbers. They are numbers obtained by multiplying two same numbers. Means, for example, 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4, 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9, 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to 16, 5 multiplied by 5 is equal to 25, 6 multiplied by 6 is equal to 36. Here you can see that I have multiplied the same numbers and the product of these numbers we call them square numbers. So here 4, 9, 16, 25 and 36 are the square numbers. Here I have given the first 10 square numbers. You have to learn these first 10 square numbers. Here 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100 and 121 are the first 10 square numbers. Next, triangular numbers. The numbers which form a triangle are called triangular numbers. They are numbers obtained by adding consecutive numbers starting from 1. Means here we will add the consecutive numbers in 1. Consecutive numbers mean next number into the sequence. For example, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 15. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is equal to 21. Means 3, 6, 10, 15, 21 are triangular numbers. Here you can see that I have added the consecutive numbers into 1. Here I have given first 10 triangular numbers. You can see that the number 36 is square as well as triangular number. Here I have solved some examples. First, find the square numbers from the list given below. Here some numbers are given and we have to find out the square numbers from them. As I have told you to learn the square numbers, here you can easily find out that which are the square numbers. 9, 16, 64 and 81 are the square numbers. We know that 9 is the square number of 3, 16 is the square number of 4, 64 is the square number of 8 and 81 is the square number of 9. Now next example, if 4 is the first square number, which is the 10th one? Here you know that the first square number is 4 and which is the square number of 2. And second square number is 9 which is the square number of 3. Third square number is 16 which is the square number of 4. Like this we can find out the 10th one square number which is 121, and this number is the square number of 11. Now next, if 3 is the first triangular number, which is the 10th one? As the first triangular number is 3, means 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Second triangular number is 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. Third triangular number is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 10. Like this, when we add the consecutive numbers, we get the 10th one triangular number. When we added 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 and plus 11, we get the 66, the 10th one triangular number. So 66 is the 10th triangular number. Today we have revised measuring times and patterns. In measuring times, we have revised the terms quarter past, quarter to, half past, antemeridian, postmeridian. We have also revised how to write the time in 12-hour clock and 24-hour clock. We have also solved the examples of addition and subtraction on time measurement. In the lesson patterns, we have revised the square numbers, triangular numbers. We have also solved the examples from this lesson. Thank you.